Hello. The article discusses the innovative use of technology in development of a new blended learning intermediate Russian course at Wellesley College Russian Department. Over the past few years, the Blended Learning Initiative at Wellesley College, supported by a grant from the Andrew Mellon Foundation, facilitated blended learning project for over 50 courses in the humanities and humanistic social sciences, including Russian 201 and 202, a sequence of 2 semesters of intermediate Russian. For over 15 years, I have been teaching this course at Wellesley College using outdated textbook, supplementing it with my own teaching materials, including PowerPoint presentations for grammar review and practice, prompts for role play and discussions, and a workbook for conversation based on Troyes Простоквашино animation film. With the support of the Blended Learning Initiative grant, I was able to revamp the old traditional course and turn it into a new innovative blended learning course. Blended learning is a cutting-edge methodology which combines online educational materials and opportunities for interaction with traditional classroom-based methods. The main components of blended learning are face-to-face learning during classes, online independent self-study student activities, online collaborative learning of students and instructors. This new methodology allows instructors to switch from traditional teaching with a textbook to using a web-based textbooks or developing online courses, the MOOCs, massive open online courses. Wellesley College uses edX as a massive open online course provider. We decided to use edX Edge, a platform for smaller, experimental, low visibility courses with enrollment limited only to students participating in a course offered through a campus unit. edX Edge platform allows to put together and save in one space various course materials, text files, videos, audio recordings, links, etc. All the content is well organized and easily accessible to maintain consistency for the instructor when giving a class and for the learner when preparing for a lesson outside the classroom. The students are able to access the content and review the lesson as many times as they want, at any time they want. The level of autonomy and the field of activity of students is greater, which encourages at all times the individual and progressive learning of the student outside the classroom. Blended learning allows to use efficiently the flipped classroom method, which is becoming the preferred pedagogical model for teaching foreign languages. Flipped classroom redefines the role of the student and the instructor in the educational process. It makes the learning process deeper and more meaningful, putting technology at the core of the process. Flipped classroom allows to implement the potential of blended learning teaching model. It promotes learning in a dynamic and interactive environment. It puts students at the center of learning, and the role of the instructor is redefined from a lecturer to their coach, who facilitates the learning process. All this occurs in a collaborative learning that enhances teamwork skills and learners' individuality and talent. The flipped classroom method encourages students to learn individually outside the classroom. They are required and encouraged to access the course content before coming to class, which leads to an improvement in performance and results. The classroom time stops being boring and learning is a more dynamic and enjoyable process. Students register for the Intermediate Russian 101-102 course on the edX Edge via email. They get access to the dashboard with course front page. Then they proceed to the table of content page with course syllabus and schedules, content for all units, and supplementary materials. Within each unit, the content is organized into grammar section with material for self-study before in-class practice and homework self-correcting drills, vocabulary and reading section, supplementary and cultural content for independent study. Grammar section contains material for self-study through e-learning resources. Prior to class, students are required to get familiar with a new concept as they listen to educational videos, read grammar explanations, review PowerPoint slides. After new concepts are reviewed, discussed, and practiced in class, students are required to do grammar homework. For this purpose, I created a series of online self-correcting grammar exercises for case declensions, verb conjugation, and vocabulary practice. The online self-correcting homework has a number of advantages for the students. They do it faster and on time. They can make a few attempts and get immediate feedback. And if the answer is incorrect, students themselves need to figure out what is the correct answer. They can practice multiple times before the quiz. They have easy access to homework as they review material before exam. They learn how to type using the Cyrillic keyboard, which is essential in today's communication. To facilitate vocabulary acquisition, we use Quizlet tool to create flashcards for new words and expressions. At the next stage of the project, we produced a film mini-series, a brand new content that motivates the use of the target language. The film is called Wellesley Только девушки, Girls Only at Wellesley, and it contains 13 10-minute episodes. The film was shot on and near Wellesley campus with participation of students of the Russian department and members of the local Russian community. The film is organized around the experiences of 5 Wellesley students and 2 exchange students from Russia in the course of 1 academic year. It has a storyline with character arc for each character who needs to deal with various situations and challenges typical for their students' cohort. For instance, the first-year student who left home for the first time is homesick and a bit lost in a new college environment. She needs to decide on her academic major. By the end of the year and during the final film episode, she becomes much more self-assured and decides on Russian as her major field of study. The second-year student is serious about learning Russian and she plans to study abroad next year. Her main challenge is to choose her study abroad location, Moscow, St. Petersburg, or Irkutsk. This situation gives us a chance to discuss each Russian city and region in more detail and show advantages and disadvantages of living and learning in a big European city versus Siberia. The 2 exchange students from Russia share their insights about Russian culture. Their perspective on Russian life gives a chance to discuss cultural differences between the 2 countries. Each episode ties together a grammatical, lexical, and cultural theme of a particular unit of intermediate Russian course. For instance, one episode is focused on the complex grammar topic of prefixed Russian verbs of motion. We made our characters run around campus searching for lost Cheburashka, the beloved character of Russian children's literature. The film series proved to be a very effective teaching tool to encourage student participation and develop their communication skills. A desire to participate in communication appears only in the real or recreated situation, affecting the interest of the speakers. Each film episode deals with a specific real-life situation, for instance, choosing an outfit for a dance party or having lunch at the cafeteria. It is happening in a natural environment on campus at some familiar location like student dormitory or Russian department, or outdoors near Lake Woburn, or in the neighborhood near campus at a local Russian food store or at a bar. First, we watch the film in class together as a group. Then the students engage in individual self-study outside of class. As they watch the episode with synchronized transcript, they complete various assignments, including listening practice, oral comprehension tasks, activities reinforcing vocabulary and grammar, discussion questions about Russian culture, prompts for paragraph-length written responses, and role-play situations. The film series has a plot line that helps to sustain students' interest and emotional engagement with the characters, thus keeping them motivated to produce their own creative work. At this stage of language acquisition, students begin to create with language. They use the film series as springboard for producing their own skits modeling real-life interactions. Outside of class, students engage in collaborative learning activity. They work together in small groups to make decisions and create a tangible project as they write script for their own short films over the course of the whole semester. Student videos are then presented to class and evaluated by peers during the end of the semester student film festival, with prizes awarded in various categories. Developing this new online blended learning course was a challenging, time-consuming, yet a very rewarding effort. We realized that this new blended learning course is a campus-specific product with the film series that is relevant only to our particular Wellesley College environment. At the same time, this is also one of its most attractive features, since the course is tailored specifically to our students and their individual interests. The new film generates a sense of true excitement among my students as they follow the adventures of their Wellesley sisters on the big screen, thus helping to create a community of learners via this new and exciting online course. Thank you for your attention.